All right, so today we're gonna, if you look in Moodle, I have an assignment and a file that I added in there. We're starting them this week, doesn't mean they're due this week. Does that make sense? I need you to download the activity starter file. It's a zip file. Don't unzip it. So Mac users may have to download differently because it needs to stay as a zip file. And also in the assignment, there's a document, a Word document that has these directions in it. If you want your own copy of it, you can go open that and have it on your computer too, but I want to leave one projected on the side like that. Does that make sense? I'll try to keep it split screen where you can have the directions and the code next to each other. So the first thing is to download that zip file, start Eclipse. Oh, I already had it started. Right. Okay. So on yours, you need to set up a place. It says 1301 on here because I did borrow this from 1301 and I didn't upload the right file that I edited, obviously, so I need to fix that. Make a place where you want to put it. This is comp 2320. If you want to change the CS 1301 to 2320, go for it. You want to just, honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't care where you put your workspace on your own computer because it's your computer. Do what you want to with it, just so long as you know how to get to the files to give them to me. Because y'all did 1301. You understand how to create workspaces and things like that. So once you get it open, and we wait on Eclipse, we don't need the welcome window. We are going to go to File, Import, go to General, Existing, existing projects into Workspace. Next, we're going to select an archive file and browse to it wherever you downloaded it to. Guess I didn't download it. So, Google. And like I said, you don't want to unzip it. You just want to import the entire zip file. And then finish. And when you do, it should show up here in the workspace area. I don't know if y'all can read this forward or not. It's awfully blurry. Can y'all read that? If not, y'all can grab your computers and come closer. Okay, I promise. Sitting on the front row won't kill anybody. All right, so when you do that, you know, you have the things you normally have when you have a project started. Your source files are all here. The JRE stuff is loaded. So we want to go in and it says it loads it as getting started sketching, but it didn't. It loads it as the name of the zip file. So right now it's got a little red or exclamation point on it. So I'm going to run it once just to make sure that it's working. And it comes up with a warning. See, I love testing this stuff on you guys and it not working when it worked in my office. All right, so let's go to Project Clean and let's clean it real quick. Now let's try running.
You look like the boxes might draw.
Yeah. Run as. Oh, right. Hey, Java doesn't like me.
You're just trying to pull the turtle.
I was just trying to get it to run. When I did it in my office, because it hasn't added anything to it. This is just a starter file. So all you start with is a turtle. Yeah, you have to click on main. In my office, it popped that up and did it without. Again, every time I use Eclipse, it seems like it changes something on me. After you run it the first time, you can just click the run button and it'll work. But the first time you're gonna have to do the little drop down and click the main thing. Does that make sense? Y'all all gonna like, she's crazy. I'm a little crazy. Yeah. All right. So if it does ask you what to run it as, you can try Java. You can click the Java application, but it didn't even give me that option when I did it just now. So you just have this box. From that box, this is where we test to see how much you remember from your previous coding experience. From that box, we want you, or I want you, to call the methods from the turtles to draw a box. You give them a width of 250 by 150, width and height. With the top left position at 125, 125. And then they want you to draw an oblong plus sign as depicted below. So these are the turtle methods, or turtle form behaviors. They can go forward, they can turn right, they can turn right 90, right 30. They can increase the turtle size by 10. They can decrease the turtle size. All these things, right? So you're going to call a method to write the name and this and the field name and how to call it. So part of the directions say design the algorithm. So I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of my students always skip this part, but if you get a piece of paper and a pencil out and you figure out what steps you need to draw the box and to draw the plus sign, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches of trial and error in code. So I want to see how much of this you remember. So I don't want to do all of it with you, but I want to leave all of it up here. And you're going to work inside the main, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm.
Where is that? Where is the file to write the temperature?
It's in the activity.
Right.
So if you go in the next box down, sorry, I wasn't clear about that. So over here in Moodle, it's in this assignment box. That box. I gotta get better at Moodle. I guess I could put all these in the same place and that would be easier, wouldn't it? I will get better at this, I promise. So after you've done the designing, you wanna implement the code, and it tells you down here to implement the code, the algorithm in class Turtle Controller. So double click on Turtle Controller, it will open the class up for you, and you can put lines of code in here to draw the box and to draw the oblong plus sign. That makes sense? So all your code is going in here inside of draw. And I love that Eclipse will put in, give you suggestions code for what to put in. Don't forget that when you start looking, trying to remember the methods available. So I want to know if it will go to. So I'm playing with it a little bit. And so you started off with an empty box, right? And if you want it to draw a line, you have to tell it to lower its tail. And then you can tell it to move to an X and Y location, start the box where you want it to start. And then you can tell it to move forward and make those turns. I just realized that I did this out of order and I need to move it to the location before I lower its tail. So I'm going to put those in a different order. Where I should have written this out on a piece of paper, right? All right. Who thinks they got a plan for drawing this box?
Yeah, the boss.
Okay, so when you drew the box, what steps did you use? Yeah, which method did you use?
Just step forward and turn
So
right.
how did you know how wide you had made it?
So you go zero side.
It does say the turtle size. Where did you find that? That's what I have.
It's like random balloons. So like step one method.
Yeah, another step forward goes the size of the turtle, but how did you find out the size of the turtle?
Yeah, that's the model. Yeah, that's right.
Up here? Oh, see, I missed that. I was trying to figure out how to make it draw without having to.
Just find out.
Yeah, I was gonna use the coordinates in the move. So if I start at 125 and I want it to be 250 wide, I would add 250 to it and come up with 375, right? And this one would be the same. I didn't change Y yet. That may be the more complex way to do it, but that's how my brain works. Ooh. I didn't do that right.
I think it's visual.
Well, no, I wanted to draw a line, but I meant to draw a straight line.
Oh, that's because you got.
You see this move? Yeah, it's supposed to put you in that place. That's what I thought. So the wife, hang on. Don't follow my logic. My logic's bad. Use your logic. No laughing, but I have to touch it and see if I got right and left right. I did. Okay. Okay. So just for the sake of showing you, I did it with a lot of steps and yeah, I use copy and paste because I don't like typing all those things over and over again. Absolutely a better way to do this would have been to use some loops, right? For today's purposes. If you want to use loops, go for it. It is not required. And I'm gonna leave y'all to the plus sign and I'm going to also stop recording this because I don't know that